Imagine a year so wild, so chaotic, that the most powerful empire on earth had 4 different rulers in just 12 months. This wasn't a tale from a fantasy book. It was real history. It was the year 69 AD, the year of the 4 emperors. Rome, the glorious centre of the known world, was thrown into a dizzying spiral of civil war, betrayal, and bloodshed. The rules that held the empire together under Augustus shattered. Anyone with an army and enough daring could dream of the purple. The air in Rome crackled with fear and uncertainty. One day you cheered in the Forum, the next your new emperor was gone. Senators switched loyalties to survive. Soldiers marched against each other, Roman sword versus Roman shield. Common people watched armies clash inside Rome's sacred streets. No one was safe. No one knew who would rule tomorrow. This terrifying year produced 4 men who seized power and fell violently. Galba, Otho, Vitellius, Vespasian. Each believed he would restore order. Each had his army, supporters, and fatal flaws. These stories are about ambition, loyalty, greed, and how fast fortunes rose and fell. 69 AD changed Rome forever. To understand the chaos of 69 AD, we start with the man whose end lit the fuse. Emperor Nero. For years he ruled, but his reign grew strange and cruel. He cared more for performing and poetry than governing an empire. He burned through fortunes on palaces and parties as the treasury thinned. Worse, paranoia, rivals silenced, even his own mother, and respected senators. Rome and the provinces had had enough. In 68 AD, a breaking point. Vindex rebelled in Gaul. His revolt failed, but it lit the spark. In Spain, Galba, an old respected senator general, saw his moment. He called himself the legate of the Senate and people, for Rome, not against it. Support for Nero collapsed. The Praetorians took coin and turned away. Alone, declared a public enemy, Nero fled in disguise. Horsemen neared to seize him. Facing a humiliating end, he chose to end his life, hesitating even then, with help from a loyal freedman. His last words, "What an artist dies in me." With Nero's death, the Julio-Claudian line ended. Rome had no clear heir, a power vacuum, and the wolves began to circle. With Nero gone, the path opened for Servius Sulpicius Galba. 73, stern virtues, an unlikely emperor. He marched to Rome, hailed by the Senate, promising discipline and order. He cut spending, punished corruption, vowed old values. In practice, it bit hard. He refused the Praetorian bonus, a catastrophic mistake. He punished units, dismissed leaders, even executed notables without trial. People missed spectacle, now they missed patience. In Germany, legions refused their oath and lifted Aulus Vitellius. Worried, Galba adopted Piso as heir and enraged an ambitious ally named Otho. Otho, younger, charming, schooled by Nero's court. He met the angry, unpaid guards, reminding them of promises denied. He offered more. They listened. January 15th. While Galba sacrificed, Otho slipped to the camp. Praetorians lifted him high, emperor in broad daylight. Rome reeled. Galba, confused, chose to face them. He never reached the camp. In the Forum, he was struck down. Piso, too. Otho, the helper turned usurper, became the second emperor of the year. But Vitellius's legions were already on the march. A race for Rome had begun. Otho gambled on a quick victory at Bedriacum and lost. After defeat, Otho stunned the world. Advisors and loyal troops urged him to fight on. He chose to end the war with his own life, saying better one man than many. He ensured his friends and family were safe. then fell on his sword. The throne opened for Aulus Vitellius. His march to Rome became a rolling banquet. In the capital, he spent fortunes on endless feasts. Governing was neglected. Friends filled offices, discipline unravelled. In the east, hardened legions watched with disgust. Their commander Vespasian, experienced, disciplined, respected. Eastern governors moved. Mucianus of Syria allied with Vespasian. Egypt's prefect, Tiberius Julius Alexander, controlled Rome's grain and pledged it. July the 1st, 69th. Egypt proclaimed Vespasian, Judea and Syria followed. Vespasian cut Rome's grain, sent Mucianus west and courted the Danube legions. They hated Vitellius and switched to Vespasian. Led by Antonius Primus, they would strike first. The war hurtled toward a bloody climax. Primus refused to wait. He drove into Italy at speed. Vitellius's commanders were caught completely off guard. Months of feasting had dulled the edge in Rome. Near Cremona, Bedriacum again, they collided. Battle raged all day and into the night. Face to face, revenge sharpened the blows. Under moonlight, men could barely tell friend from foe. At dawn, Primus's army stood victorious. Vitellius's forces shattered. Then came an unforgivable act. Cremona, a Vitellian city, was stormed. For 4 days, a horrific sack. Homes looted, temples destroyed, civilians slain. A beautiful city burned to the ground. News rippled across Italy. Terror followed. With his main army broken, Vitellius's cause crumbled. In Rome, Vitellius swung from bluff to despair, even offering to abdicate. But the soldiers wanted victory, not terms. Vespasian's armies closed on Rome. As Primus marched south, chaos consumed Rome. Vitellius tried to give up power. Tears and a proffered dagger. Brawls split the city. Vitellians versus Vespasian's men under Sabinus. Sabinus retreated to the Capitoline, home of Jupiter's great temple. An assault lit a fire. The ancient temple destroyed. To many, it felt the gods had left the city. Next day, Primus's main force stormed Rome. No clear front, brutal, scattered fighting in alleys and homes. Vitellius was found in disguise, paraded with jeers and abuse. He was killed at the Gemonian stairs, his body cast into the Tiber. Rome was battered, bleeding and leaderless, awaiting its fourth master. The Senate declared Vespasian emperor. Vespasian was still in Egypt. His son Domitian stood in Rome. The year of the 4 emperors ended. From the ashes rose the Flavians. Vespasian was practical, sensible, and careful with money. He healed finances ruined by Nero and Vitellius and rebuilt the city. He began the great amphitheatre for the people, the Colosseum. Peace and stability followed for decades.